Good day, guys. God bless you, and I pray you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Unknown prophet Fred Watkins coming on, excuse me, with a cough. Coming on with a word that the Lord gave me that I will share with you momentarily. You received the short, at least one, I'm not sure where the other one's going yet, but requiring knowledge that hard times may come. And just the Father saying, trust and have faith, walk with me. Don't be afraid, don't be in fear, because fear conquers faith. Just sharing that again because Eric and I felt that it was very appropriate for the time we're in right now. We need to pray, we need to trust, and we need to have faith and not walk in fear. That being said, if you will hit the like button, we would appreciate it. It'll help get this out. And the word that I am bringing you is one that I received on the 30th of last month, on May the 30th, 2025. I'm bringing it to you on June the 25th, 2025. As I sat waiting for the Father to give me a word of vision because he had said he had something, as I sat and watched, the vision took place and I saw the sun beginning to rise over the horizon until it was up in the sky. That's in vision. This was nighttime. Then the scene changed and the moon was rising. It too rose until it was up in the sky, and again the scene changed. Now I was looking at the sky and it was full of stars, all shining against the dark sky of night. Another change, and I was looking at the earth suspended in space. Only half of it was lit and the other half was dark as night. As I watched, I saw a huge hand, God's hand, appear, and it reached out palm up and cradled the earth and the stars and the sun and the moon all in his hand. As I watched, he brought the earth closer, and I could see that even on the side that was lighted, there were dark spots, as though clouds were moving over the surface and causing shadows to travel across the face. It got darker and darker, as though a storm were moving across the entire face of the earth. Suddenly I had the impression that Father God had just blown his breath across the earth, and the clouds which were darkening the light side were blown away, allowing the light to shine on that side again. The vision ended. Father said, "Go and write and I will explain." I love it when he does that. You saw the sun rise and ascend into the sky, and then you saw the moon rise and ascend, and then there were stars, millions of them. Then the earth appeared. This is all my creation, son. I created it all for my pleasure. But what many do not understand is that my pleasure is seeing my children look upon it with joy and with pleasure. My pleasure is watching you, my children, enjoy what I have set in place for you. Yes, the earth is a part of that as well. I created it for you, my children, to enjoy and to care for. However, that was broken when sin entered into the earth. Initially, I set the sun in place to provide light for the day, and the moon and stars in place to provide light for the night. The moon was to provide a light in itself, not a reflection of the sun. I removed that moon with its light when sin came into the earth, and I left a moon only to reflect the light of the sun. In this manner, I allowed the night to go from light of the moon to the dark of night in a continuous cycle to remind my children of what was to be and what now is. This has not been shared and has not been acknowledged until now. I am setting this before you so that you will begin to acknowledge the truth of how sin brings darkness into light. I showed you the earth with its one half in darkness to show you how much sin is impacting my earth, not to show you a specific one half that is darker than the other, although that is the case. I wanted you to see that the side that was light is now being impacted by the darkness of the clouds of sin. As you saw, they became heavier and darker as sin began to spread and became more prevalent. It was as though the storms of sin were darkening the entire side of the earth that was light. I will only allow so much destruction in my world, son. I have begun to raise up my children to pray and seek righteousness, those who are still walking in the light. And as they did, as you have begun to do that, I have begun to blow the clouds of sin away. I am in the process of doing that now. As my true followers are praying for a halt in the blatant sin that is taking place, I am moving against it and am beginning to drive it back from the light. That light which will allow the light to shine. As it does, the brilliance of my light will also help drive the darkness of sin away. Until there will come a time when there will only be a few clouds over the part of earth where my sun, S-O-N, is shining. Many of you will look at this and turn away because it is a new thing to you. But know that I am telling you that I desire an earth that is full of light, even at night. The light of the sun and the light of the moon will be a reminder of the righteousness of my children. That is what I envisioned. That is what I set out to do. That is what I will have in the end. But there is much to be done before that. There will come a time when I will once more bring forth a moon that will provide its own light, and there will be continuous light for the world, both day and night. I will not bring forth darkness for the part of the nights to remind me of the sin in my world anymore. Many of you will also say the moon cannot provide its own light. It can only reflect. You might remember that I am. I am God, and I created the universe. There is nothing too great for me to do. You might also remember that I am very alive. I am not dead, as some would claim, or that I have stopped moving among my people, my children. I have even told you in my word that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. That does not mean just in the scope of your knowledge of me. It means eternity backward and eternity forward. I have been, I am, and I will be. Now walk with me and help me bring light back into this world. Walk in my love. Walk in my power. That is the word, and I will have to say it's a bit unusual. And I would understand if you question it. I will only say this. It startled me when Father gave it to me. I went back to him and I said, Father, I need to know for sure. He said, son, that's my word. As I typed it out, I questioned him again. I got the same answer. As I put this forth to bring to you, I again questioned it. Father said, son, simply give them what I told you. And I am reminded that I daily tell him, I will do whatever you ask, whenever you ask, and wherever you ask. And this is one of those whatever you ask deals. Do I understand how he would do it? No. Do I know he can? He's God. I don't question that. So I will let you chew on that for a while. That'll give you something to think about for sure. In the meantime, I pray that all is well with you, and God willing, and the creek don't rise, we will be online tomorrow with a Q&A and taking communion. So hit like, subscribe if you enjoy this, if you get anything from it. And God bless you, and God be with you. And I will see you, some of you, tomorrow night. Have a blessed day.